Ultra-low-fat diets have gained popularity in recent years, often marketed as a fast track to weight loss, cardiovascular health, or general clean eating. The logic is simple. By reducing fat intake, caloric consumption drops, and the body theoretically burns stored fat more efficiently. Many people have reported rapid weight reduction and improvements in certain metabolic markers on low-fat diets, and scientific research has highlighted benefits such as improved cholesterol profiles and reduced risk factors for heart disease in some populations. However, emerging studies are now shedding light on an important caveat. When fat intake is restricted too aggressively, the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins, specifically vitamins A, D, E, and K, can be significantly impaired, with potential ripple effects on overall health. Understanding this nuance is critical for anyone pursuing very low-fat dietary patterns, as it illustrates that even well-intentioned eating strategies can have unintended consequences if not carefully balanced. Fat-soluble vitamins are unique in that they require dietary fat for proper absorption. In the digestive system, fats stimulate bile production, which emulsifies fats and fat-soluble nutrients, enabling them to be absorbed in the small intestine. When dietary fat is severely limited, this process becomes less efficient, and a portion of these critical vitamins passes through the gut unabsorbed. Vitamin A, for instance, is essential for vision, immune function, and cellular growth. Reduced absorption of vitamin A can compromise night vision, blunt immune responsiveness, and interfere with normal cellular repair processes. Vitamin D, often called the sunshine vitamin, regulates calcium and phosphorus metabolism, supporting bone health and contributing to immune system function. Inadequate absorption can subtly undermine bone density, increasing long-term risk for fractures, and may also influence immune resilience, which is particularly relevant during cold or flu seasons. Vitamin E functions primarily as an antioxidant, protecting cells from oxidative damage. Deficiencies can affect neurological function, skin integrity, and cardiovascular health. Vitamin K, essential for blood clotting and bone metabolism, also depends heavily on dietary fat for absorption, and insufficient intake can affect coagulation pathways and skeletal health over time. The potential consequences of impaired fat-soluble vitamin absorption may seem concerning, but there is a largely positive angle. This research highlights the adaptability of the human body and the importance of mindful dietary planning. While ultra-low-fat diets may reduce fat intake to levels far below traditional dietary guidelines, they also offer an opportunity to reevaluate the quality and distribution of nutrients consumed. For instance, incorporating small amounts of healthy fats such as avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, or fatty fish can dramatically improve absorption of these essential vitamins without significantly increasing overall caloric intake. Even modest additions of fat at meals, 1 teaspoon of olive oil on a salad, a small handful of nuts, or a few slices of avocado, can enhance vitamin uptake and support long-term metabolic and immune health. In this sense, the research encourages a more strategic and nutrient-conscious approach rather than discouraging fat reduction entirely. Low-fat diets can still be a viable tool for cardiovascular or weight management goals if they are thoughtfully executed with attention to vitamin absorption. Beyond absorption, this research also encourages consideration of how fat interacts with other metabolic processes. Fat is not merely a vehicle for vitamin transport, it is integral to hormone production, cellular membrane structure, and nervous system function. Extremely low-fat diets can subtly alter hormone balance, potentially affecting sex hormones, thyroid function, and satiety signals. These effects are not necessarily harmful when fat intake is adjusted appropriately, but they underscore that a diet entirely devoid of sufficient fats is not physiologically ideal. On the positive side, this awareness allows individuals to design ultra-low-fat diets that provide both metabolic benefits and sufficient nutrient support. Careful selection of fat sources can simultaneously promote cardiovascular health, maintain hormonal balance, and support vitamin absorption, creating a diet that is both health-promoting and sustainable over time. For those who follow plant-based or highly restricted fat diets, the research also suggests creative solutions to ensure vitamin sufficiency. Pairing leafy greens, carrots, and other vitamin A-rich foods with a minimal amount of oil or nut butter, or including small servings of fortified plant milks for vitamin D, can optimize nutrient uptake without undermining the goals of a low-fat eating plan. Similarly, incorporating seeds, soy products, or other vitamin E-containing foods alongside a modest fat source can ensure antioxidant protection. These strategies illustrate that fat restriction does not need to come at the expense of micronutrient adequacy, and they empower individuals to maintain ultra-low-fat approaches in a health-conscious, balanced way. Another encouraging aspect of this research is the reminder that the human body is remarkably resilient and adaptable. Even when vitamin absorption is suboptimal due to very low fat intake, the body maintains stores of fat-soluble vitamins to a degree and can often compensate in the short term. This flexibility means that occasional or short-term ultra-low-fat diets may still confer benefits, such as reduced saturated fat intake and improved cardiovascular markers, without immediate detrimental effects. The key takeaway is that long-term planning and mindfulness about dietary fat and vitamin intake can maximize the benefits while minimizing risk. By understanding how the body absorbs and utilizes fat-soluble vitamins, individuals can make small, targeted adjustments that preserve both health and dietary goals. Overall, the new research reinforces a central principle of nutrition: balance matters. Ultra-low-fat diets can offer real benefits, including weight management, metabolic improvements, and potential cardiovascular protection, but extreme fat restriction carries the risk of reducing absorption of vital nutrients like vitamins A, D, E, and K. The positive perspective is that with informed planning, even ultra-low-fat diets can be structured to ensure sufficient vitamin intake. Small amounts of healthy fats, strategic meal combinations, and nutrient-rich food choices can enhance absorption, support immune function, maintain hormonal balance, and promote long-term metabolic health. Far from discouraging fat reduction entirely, these findings empower people to optimize ultra-low-fat diets for both immediate health outcomes and long-term vitality, demonstrating that mindful dietary strategies can combine the benefits of fat restriction with the assurance of adequate nutrient absorption and overall well-being.